Hi, this is Shep Siegel. It's Tuesday, June 16th, and let's take a quick look at System Console for Atomic Rules UDP-IP. On this pane, the configuration pane, we can set up the configuration of the 8 UDP cores configured on this particular device. We can tab through the cores and set their MAC address, IP address, and so forth. And for the datagram generators and checkers, those resources that are producing and consuming the data, we can set parameters as well. We can check on the status of the individual datagram generators and checkers. And now we have charting capability that allows us to plot various parameters versus the datagram, that is the user size. So let's start a sweep and start moving some data from one of the generators to the checkers. And interactively, this tool will gather the data on the throughput versus datagram size, on the datagram rate versus the datagram size, on the observed maximum latency versus the datagram size. We point out in this case the latency in microseconds is the full round trip time from the producer out through the UDP-IP core and the MAC out onto the wire, across the wire, back on the wire, back up through the RX MAC, through to the UDP-IP core receive circuitry back to the user. So for example, this peak that we're seeing here at about 576 bytes of about 16 microseconds as a round trip time is really a 8 microsecond so-called round trip time over 2, or RTT over 2 time. And lastly, we see a graph of the minimum latency versus datagram size plotted over all four. And again, these are not simulations. This is measured in hardware by timestamping logic that has been embedded in the generator and checker IPs.